We always want to break a problem down into first principles because if you don't work backwards from the very first principles of laws of nature, you're going to be lost. And you're going to be making decisions on things that aren't reality. And you're going to be very confused. You're going to be upset because you're like, why is this not working? It's because you didn't start from first principles. And so the first principles of making money, of getting someone to become your client, is very simple. You have a person with a problem. Move this out the way. Person with a problem, which is your clients, the people you are targeting, and you have you with the solution. This is the first principle. If there's no exchange, they stay with the problem. You stay sad because you don't have money. Now, if there is an exchange, the person with the problem receives the solution. You receive money. Shout out to Jordan. I don't know if Jordan's in the call or not, but got that little 700 bag today because he made his client very happy, made his client money. The client gave him money to solve the problem. This is value exchange. This is what we're doing. We're not copywriters. We're problem solvers who use the tool of copywriting. And so the key here is we have to catalyze this exchange because here's where most of you guys are at. No exchange. There are people with problems who are sad. I promise you, there are people who need your help. You know this. You look around the internet and, bro, the coffee is trash. The funnels are trash. There's 18 links in the description. Like people are just committing cardinal marketing sins across the entire internet. Like there's a huge problem here. And you have the solution. You know way more than you think you do about marketing just from going through this program and being in these calls. You know a ton. But you have to facilitate this exchange. This is where you're struggling. So to catalyze an exchange, we increase pain and confidence. These are what I call exchange catalysts. If you guys haven't been through high school, a catalyst is something that speeds up a reaction. So if we want to cause an exchange, speed up an effect, we do that using pain and confidence. This is going to simplify everything for you guys. You don't have to memorize a million random things. If you just really keep this the focus throughout the entire funnel, throughout all your systems, throughout all of your outreach, everything, you cannot go wrong over time. Pain and confidence. So I want you to imagine like this. Here we have an exchange threshold. So at this point, they're going to take action. So let's say I want you guys to think about you joining this program. Think about Kenny. Kenny just joined us this week. I had a couple people join this week, or this week slash last week. And Kenny had been watching my videos. I see him in the comments, bro. He was always showing support. Like I was like, man, this dude's dope. I saw one of his old videos like a long time ago when I first got started. And so I was like, all right, this guy needs to be in our community bad. But I can't just tell him that because like that'll sound really salesy. And so, bro, but over time, this is what happened, right? Maybe Kenny tries some outreaches and pain built up a little bit. This is real life example. You got the latent conditions. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Don't get me excited, bro. You're gonna knock me off track. All right. So a little bit of pain built up. Maybe you saw my Instagram stories. You guys killing it. Well, he's not. A little bit of pain. Yeah. Maybe you watch the videos explaining how easy it is to make 10K month, whatever. A little bit of pain mess up. Maybe he watched my videos about me doing some really like showing me making a sales page and it just printing 100K in 3 months. Whoa, there goes confidence. Right? You guys see how this is how nature works. This junk is freaking crazy. And so if you are not getting action on your outreach, it's because of this. Either there's not enough pain to trigger the action, there's not enough confidence, and you have to have both. So here's the thing. You need to check both of these thresholds. This is making sense. The issue is that every individual has a different threshold. So to be honest with you guys, my pain threshold is like here. Like, dude, I would drop a check on anything. I will not hesitate. But my confidence is higher than my pain for sure. So here's the thing. If Charlie Morgan drops anything, I'm buying it. If he sells like a purse, I'm buying it. Just because it's Charlie Morgan. I might not even be in the pain, right? But I really care a lot about confidence. Like someone's character means a lot to me. That's huge. But the pain, I'm just like, whatever. I'll just do it. But some people, bro, some people have to be in extreme pain before they take any action. Like this goes all the way up. They might not have as much confidence. This is kind of me starting out. I got burned by a couple gurus, and I was like, I moved this one way up. I moved the threshold up on that one. So yeah, and this is how it works. And so every individual is different. But I mean, our goal is the same, right? Max both of them. Break the barrier. Max both. This is what you do it. My entire setup going forward is just this, by the way. Like all my funnels, everything. It's just simple. It's simple. Just max pain, max confidence. And this is huge. And this is, if y'all want to know why people who make content make money so freaking easily, dude, so easily, it's because of this. This is it. Whenever you make content, people just like the trust goes up, the confidence goes up. And I'm gonna explain why to you guys in a little bit. But I'm gonna check the chat. Is this making sense to everybody? This is what gets results. Is when you because when you first start learning copywriting, dude, I was looking through I gave away all my my notes and all my copywriting books when I first started on my YouTube channel today. Just like, here, take the Notion. Um, because there was 20 different books of copywriting and there was all this stuff. But the sign of a real expert is someone who can simplify it, like all the way down to its core existence. And this is it. If this is all you do with your copy, and the thing is, like I said in the last group coaching call, to the person who has a hammer, everything looks like a nail. And the person who has a screwdriver, everything looks like a screw. Copy is not the answer to everything, but this is. So if you use your copy and you use the funnels you design for your clients and you use your outreach to make sure this is maxed out at all times, bro, you're gonna be solid. So successful acquisition, as you can see here, pain, past the threshold, confidence, way past the threshold. This is how people take action. This is how people buy stuff. This is how I buy stuff. This is how you guys buy stuff. This is exactly like, I mean, I bought a biohacking coach. Why? Not entirely sure. But it like the pain was there. I was tired of looking overweight. I was tired of being 20% body fat. And then I couldn't find anybody. So I didn't buy anything for a long time. So the pain was there for a long time, but I just had no confidence in anyone. But then Charlie recommended me this guy that coached him who did some biohacking work with Iman back in the day. And boom, there's my confidence. I immediately dropped 5 figures on this joker. He's dope, by the way. He's amazing. And I'm gonna give you guys all the sauce for free though. Hopefully he doesn't care. Um, Later in a different coaching call. But here's unsuccessful acquisition. No exchange of value. Not enough pain, not enough confidence. This is where you guys are at. Right here. This is it. There's just not enough pain and confidence. And we're gonna show you guys how to create that today. But this is when you have successful acquisition, yay, money, product, everyone's happy. No exchange, that's this one. No pain and confidence. So this is where things get really, really saucy. I sat down in the woods and then just made this. So enjoy. And I'm still working on this. Like I've gone through probably maybe 10 iterations of these two lists, and I'm constantly evolving it. But for now, this is way more than enough to get insane results because I didn't even know this for a long time. So on the pain side of things, actually, before we go over this, you guys kind of just cheated. Tell me, how do you think we should create pain? What are some ways we create pain? Y'all might come up with some that I don't even have on here, so this is probably for the best. Stab. Stab them. Zane might do that, bro. Better watch out. Status, okay. Describe describe previous painful experiences in detail. Very nice. Talk about the time they can waste. Okay, pain point, reminding them failures. Unfulfilled desires, justify failures. Lay fears, remind them of regrets. I did this yesterday on a sales call. Doing everything wrong. All right, so doing everything wrong. Be careful with that one, Ben. You can really poke the ego. As long as you let them figure out where they're wrong, you always be fine. That's why I ask questions. Specificity, man. Frederick's been studying, bro. He's trying to get the teacher's pet award. uh, Tell them problems they didn't know they had. That's a good one, Griff. Show them problems. FOMO. Oscar. All right. Pretty good answers there. We're gonna kind of expand on these, but let's just think about it. How do we do this? So, crap. Let me hide confidence. Don't look at that. Don't look at it. Cheaters. Cheaters never win, guys. You only cheat yourself. All right. The first thing is specific problem description. If you cannot describe their problem, it's not going to cause much pain. If you just like imagine I just say, "Oh, you guys are broke." Do you see what I'm saying? That's not like yes, it may be like the pain, but that's not specific. Cheers. Oh man. You have to be specific. Versus if someone was to come up to me like, "Hey man, I can help get you an extra 10 clients," which I get that exact message probably 14 times every half hour. But if someone would say, "Hey man, I can help optimize your YouTube, or I can help generate an extra 50 appointments a month using a LinkedIn outbound system, completely done for you." Like, do you see how the messaging is just completely different? Do you see what I'm saying? And as someone who, and that's not just pain, that's confidence as well. Like, if that dude's reached out to me, I'm like, damn, he knows something, you know? Like, this is done for you, outbound system, just using the words. Like, it's, oh man, I forgot to add that one in there. Uh, Niche words. Familiarity. Sorry, I was rushing trying to get this done because I was just spitting, bro. I wasn't even gonna do this. I thought about it 30 minutes. I was like, all right, it's time. I'm ready. Because I've been working on this for like a month. All right. So, specific pain points. This is kind of what you guys were hitting on a little bit. This is kind of like generally how you think of creating pain is creating pain points that are very specific. And the key here is you want to use pain points that you can only know if you've been through it. That's how you really create some kind of pain and confidence. Like if you guys have been through a really specific pain, like some of the stuff that I put in the latent conditions. I'm sure you guys watched that already, or you should. Like those pain points that I put in there, you could tell that I was a copywriter. Like you can tell that I do copy by the pain points because you're like, oh man, frick. Yeah, only a copywriter. Only somebody who's tried to do that. Like for one of them, I failed YouTube for 13 years. And there's nothing worse than spending 20 hours on a video, posting it, and seeing that gut-wrenching 10 out of 10 performance on the YouTube studio. You only know that if you're a YouTuber. And that creates a lot of pain and a lot of confidence. Another thing here, most people don't think about random fluctuations. Bro, this guy who the guy who caught Matthew, right, with his offer didn't change, his messaging didn't change, his videos didn't change, nothing changed except Matthew had a fluctuation. Matthew was just depressed that day and he dropped 4 grand. Like this is why follow-up is so key, so key. You might run across somebody and they just might have stubbed their toe and then they read their like analytics and they're like, frick, I'm hiring this guy. You know, like you never know. It's random fluctuations. So follow-up is really, really important. And we'll talk more about that later too. Next thing is benefit points. This is the opposite of pain. So by talking about the benefits, by talking about the top of the mountain, you're creating the gap, which means they feel the pain of not being there. So if you go to a bald guy, start talking about your hair and start like, going through it like this, it creates pain because he doesn't have hair. Like that's exactly what you're doing. Next thing is speed. Like, obviously, you want to be fast. Like Amazon gives you 1 day shipping, and you're just like, oh man, yeah, let me buy this. This is fine. Let me do it. 0 day shipping with drones. Yeah, say less. Mental friction. This one's really big. So simplicity. This is pain avoidance. So if there's any mental friction in your funnel and your copy, people are just gonna move on. Like it has to be so easy because at the end of the day, our inner brain, the one that just does things subconsciously, is just monkey brain. It really doesn't think through stuff. Like I'll go through someone's funnel and the call to action will be too small and I'll just leave. Like, bro, no logic at all. It's just like if it's hard to click on, oh, I'm gone. Or like if their questions on their booking thing are too difficult, I'm like, I don't want to answer this right now, and just I'm gone. It's that can be the difference between thousands of dollars. So next thing is FOMO. Obviously, FOMO creates a lot of pain. Fear of missing out is status. It's all kind of good stuff. Past failure experiences. You guys hit on that one earlier. That one's really big. Kind of goes in with pain points, but if you can talk about the experiences that really created that pain, that's big. really big. So like talking about Matthew, um, like you finally book someone on your calendar, you're excited, but then because you had the wrong questions, they didn't show up, or because you didn't have the link set up right, they didn't show up, and you missed out on a sales call. Like that sucked. Matthew ain't forgetting that one for a while. He learned a lesson, bro. He'll never forget it. Never. Right? He changed that Calendly immediately. Status, seeing other people like them who are winning, that creates a lot of pain. And then bro, anytime my little brother does something like even close to as good as me or better, I get so pissed, bro. I hate it. I hate when Johnny does anything better than me. It's just we're brothers, bro. I can't stand it. So much pain. So much pain. Lack of perceived options. That kind of goes a lot more in confidence as well. All right. So questions on those. Yeah, I'm grilling Matthew today, but Matthew got one-on-one help, so you deserve it. Do you guys see how this creates pain? And how if your outreach and your copy lacks this, it's going to be dull. There's no catalyst. There's no chemical reaction going on in their brain. There's no action being caused. But when you have all of this, you see how it starts to really stack up. All right, let's talk about confidence. How do we increase confidence? Don't be shy. Guarantee results. Bro, I totally forgot that one. I was rushing. Yeah, risk reversal. Nice. Frick. Now you guys are going to copy it. From their beliefs. Yeah, we're going to talk about that one. Yep. Proof. Wins. Testimonial. Reciprocity. Process. Yep. I don't know if we have process in there. I need to put that in there. Offers. Process. Matthew stole it, bro. Stole it. Brand. Even if it's ain't getting tactical on us. All right. Let's crack it open. So, like I said, I have more of these listed out, but I want to just get the main ones. So we're always adding to this. First thing is reciprocity. This is huge, and I feel like people don't understand how powerful this is. This is honestly why most of you guys are even here. You saw my YouTube and you got value. Like reciprocity is huge. It's like if somebody gives you something good, do you think they'll give you something good again? Generally, yeah. So that's big. That's also why we use free value. Like High Value Outreach was born out of this one exchange catalyst is what I made this entire strategy was just from reciprocity alone. And honestly, I'm kind of shocked, but it worked really well. It worked great for me. It worked well for a lot of you guys. Now we're going to take it to a whole nother level, but like you can see how powerful just one of these catalysts can be. Next thing is specificity, understanding. The more that I keep creating all these things and really thinking through all these principles, the more specificity continues to climb in importance in my head. Specificity is so freaking important. Like if you were specific in what you say, you're specific in the problem, the pain points, the everything, and that only comes from latent conditions. It just builds insane confidence and pain. Insane. Like if you have a specific problem description, not only does it create a lot of pain, but it immediately creates confidence because they're like, man, he really knows his stuff. I feel like he can probably solve this. Huge. That's why I'm really grilling you guys in copy reviews about just general stuff. Like, oh, get your dream body. It's like, I'm gonna puke. I'm gonna puke. I really am. I'm gonna lose it. Specificity is everything. Everything. Social proof, obviously, really huge. Testimonial, social proof. Kind of put that in the same one. Testimonial, case studies, all the same. That one's really, everybody knows that one, but because it's powerful, very, very powerful. Consistency is a big one. This one is slept on. Some of you guys, I think it was Rohan. Rohan is an absolute killer. If you guys don't know Rohan, you new guys, he's a beast. He makes YouTube videos to get a lot of views as well. But the dude is from India, and he doesn't care. The dude still is a killer. He prints in India, which is a very hard thing to do, guys. Like trying to overcome that for American clients is huge. They do not like Indian people, just based off statistics. So dude's crushing it. And he just posted a win in there after like I don't know what it said, like a month of follow up, 3 months of follow up. Some people will hire you just because you're consistent. They're just like, good Lord, this guy sent me an email every week for the past 3 months. Dude is a G. Why you guys think I upload every day without fail? Bro, I could die today and you'd still get 7 videos. You know how consistent that is? Like I'm in it's like post-mortem consistency, bro. That's freaking crazy. But people trust that. And literally people will book calls to join Copy Elite or at least talk to us just because they're like, man, I just feel like I can count on this dude. He just uploads all the time. He's always trying to help us out. Consistency. Another thing here is general excellence. Bro, no one talks about this because I feel like not many people do it, but this crap goes a long way. A long way. Just by taking care of the small details, people really, really like this. This is why high value outreach also worked really well. It still works well, is because people were like, man, this person just wrote me a whole thing like for free. It's just above and beyond. And that's why I mean, I don't think I really did anything crazy on Digital Persuasion School, but I just tried to make it excellent. Like every single thing about it, like I didn't skip a single thing. There were so many corners that me and Luca wanted to cut while making the sales page and making the actual I'll show you guys this. The actual like about page, but we didn't. We were just like, you know what? Let's just go all out. Let's create all custom graphics. Let's make everything look good. Even when people buy the stuff, let's make all the courses look nice and let's change the we changed the play buttons to be orange. Like who does this, right? Like no one cares. Like if you go to the people who are winning the school challenge right now, I think it's improved a little bit. But the first couple times people were just posting like looms and then, like what is this? No hate on this guy. I mean, he's probably making a lot more money than me. So don't know. Maybe I didn't learn something, but do you feel the different levels of confidence? Like looking at my thing versus looking at some of the other guys? It's just you can, as humans, we can see attention to detail and we appreciate it. We really appreciate it. All right, back to the presentation. So one of these things that we're going to potentially go over is in High Value Outreach 2.0, there's so much attention to detail. Like you guys are going to have every single thing we could possibly think of to just make everything perfect because of this principle is so important, just general excellence. Next is authority, expertise. The more you sound like you know what you're talking about, obviously the more confident they're going to be. Also, this is straight out of Influence by Robert Cialdini. But they did a study where people would put on doctor's coats and just ask people to do stuff and they just do it. It's just monkeys, bro. Like authority. They just see a doctor coat and they're like, all right, yeah, they got it. He knows what he's saying. Just do it. Pain investment. This one's really big. When people can see how much pain you put into something, it gives them a lot more confidence. I think it's because they know you're willing to put more pain into something again. I feel like if people see me put pain in my YouTube videos, they're like, dang, if he put pain into this thing, I know he put pain into his product. Not everybody, but dude, subconsciously, this is how your brain works. It just makes these connections. Next thing is liking. Bro, you frick with people who you frick with. It's as simple as that. And like goes for no matter what, like whether you're American, for the same country, your accent, all of it. So if you're reaching out to Americans, bro, try to look American. Try to sound American. We ain't trying to be politically correct here. We're trying to be financially correct. So people like people, or people who are people are more confident when people who like what they like. So yeah. All right, we got through that one. Next, personal conviction. The conviction in your voice goes a long way. A long way. I guarantee you, if you do every single one of these things, but you hop on that loom and you go, so I want to show you like this thing that I've been working on, and I think that I could really help you, you're not gonna land a client. If you do, it's going to be a weirdo. I guarantee it. You have to speak with conviction. And I'm going to be really honest with you guys. Before you get your first client, it's pretty fake it till you make it, to be honest. And I feel like the only reason I landed my first client is because I read 20 copywriting books in 1 month. And I just looked the dude in the face and I said, if you give me one chance, I promise you I will freaking murder it. I said, I'll pay you if this doesn't work. Like, and when you have this is before I ever did any copy. Like I wrote 3 emails, bro. 3 emails. And one of them I sent got this dude to respond. And so I was talking out of my butt, but I just knew that I would work it off. And so for you guys right now who don't have confidence, you're like, oh, I've never written copy. I don't know if I can get results. That's fine. But you better talk out from your work ethic. Like if you know you can work hard, then that's where you get your confidence from. And you got to have conviction. You got to. Next one is one that I've really thought about for a long time because it helped me a ton when I was doing outreach. That set me apart. And I figured out why. So people say non-needy, but you have like, why does non-neediness actually work? And I think it's because it's the anti-beneficial heuristic. That's what I'm calling it. So basically, you're more likely to be persuaded by someone who has less to gain from you taking that action. I know it sounds a little bit complicated, but I've been thinking about this for a while. So if someone really gains a lot from you doing something, you inherently think that they might be trying to cheat you over just so you will do it because it benefits them so much. Does that make sense? Like you're more likely to do something shady because you need it so bad versus for someone who it doesn't they don't really need the money or they don't really need this thing, you have more confidence in them because you don't think they're going to cheat you over because they don't need it or they need it less. This is why, and this could change, but I think this is why non-needy works so well, is because people are like, oh wow, yeah, like this guy, obviously he'd love to have an extra grand, but he's doing all right without it. He's okay. Like he doesn't really, he doesn't seem to care that he really needs me or not. Versus this other guy who's just like, oh please, can you hop on a call? I'm so sorry I missed your call. You're better off just being non-needy, even if you're broke. I'm telling you guys, this is better in the long run because people, the second you like reek of desperation, it just turns people off immediately. I'm not sure if this is exactly why, but I think it is. So all knows that it is important and does work. So if you're non-needy, it instills a lot of confidence. And dude, I've learned this lesson like 15 times. My YouTube videos now, I don't even try anymore. I got rid of my intro editor. People are like, why'd you get rid of the edits? The edits were sick. Bro, because it was the neediest thing known to man. It's like screaming, oh God, please watch my video. And it's like I don't care anymore. I just turn on the camera and record whatever I'm doing. And if you want to watch it, great. If not, then move on. And that could change in the future. But for the type of people that I'm targeting, people who actually want to work, do they need a sugar rush to watch the video? I don't know. But I feel like this is, bro, our calls have been booked like crazy from non-needy videos, being just like talking trash. Like I turned the camera on for 3 minutes today and was like, did a drawing and then gave away my Notion thing. Like, I just don't freaking care anymore, dude. I don't. And non-needy goes a long way. Next is argument built on existing beliefs. So we talked about beliefs earlier. Somebody said that one. This one's huge. So if you believe A, and I tell you that because of A, B happens, you're more likely to believe B if it was based on something you already saw. So for people who are clicking on my digital persuasion sales page, like if they already believe that persuasion is a pretty useful thing, they're really likely to buy because the whole thing is built on, oh man, if you just use persuasion, if you use persuasion plus the power of the internet using scale, you can make a lot of money. I don't know, it's not a great example, but you get what I'm talking about here. Like if you build your sales argument based off of kind of some first principles where it's hard to argue against it, with a lot of confidence there. Obviously, new and only. So new and only is pain avoidance, and it also instills confidence because like you can only get it from you. So this comes from your offer as well. Like my thing is high value outreach. I've seen other people on YouTube use it, but it's just building my brand because everyone knows that I coined it. It's like, am I the first person to do that? Probably not, but in the space, that was kind of it was the opposite, what everybody was doing. And it's not better, by the way. Just so you know. The best is high value and high quantity. Why not do both? Which is what we're gonna do. No point in doing less. You can just do more and do it better. This is very possible. Next is niche words. So using words that are only familiar to that niche. Obviously, that instills confidence because they feel like you're part of the niche. Familiarity, kind of goes back to liking. The more familiar they are with you, the better. So this is why content is insane, dude. This is why ads. The reason you get 30 ads from the same person in like a day is because of this reason. They understand that the likelihood of you clicking on the first ad is next to none. But on ad 30 or 50, just by showing you impressions, you're more likely to click. One of a famous Sam Ovens quote is he was doing this mastermind and he goes, I can't do it. I can't do an accent. He's like, why do you like your parents? And the guy's like, I don't know. He goes, impressions. Like you've just been showing them you've been showing your parents 20,000 times, 20,000 impressions of your parents. You just love them. We're like, you guys don't know my parents. You don't like my parents. Why? Because impressions. You don't know them. You've never seen them. You have zero impressions. It's big. This is why follow-up is huge. Also, engaging with people's socials just so they see your name. They might not even pick it up consciously. But if they see Kenneth like their thing and they see, no, 2 days later, they get an email from Kenneth, it probably has a 50% chance of like getting past their subconscious more. Familiarity, huge. Risk reversal, obviously massive. That's a huge one. Risk reversal as far as offer and process. Process is really big. And when full version of High Value Outreach 2.0 comes out, you will see how big this is. I'm going heavy on this because I think in this day and age, there's a million people making a million offers, but you can really tell someone apart by what process they're trying to show you. You really tell, like, all right, yeah, they know their stuff. So that's confidence. All right, so that was a lot. We got a lot of chats in here. I don't know. I won't go through all of them. But what are we thinking on this before we move further? I don't know about you guys, but pretty revolutionary stuff. No one's talking about this, man. Bro, Ben is out here taking notes. It's been 47 days since Ben took notes from a coaching call. So you know we're on the right track. All right. So let me explain how this works. Okay. So if we're going to actually use this to get clients, this is the formula here. So this is where they fit in. So you have a niche. You have people who have a problem. And really, for us, niche is a lot less important than just the problem. So like, for instance, you guys doing, for Matthew's example, YouTube info products. That is a niche, yes, but it's very broad and there's a million people in that thing doing all kinds of different stuff. So I think what's a lot more important is focusing on the problem. What problem do you want to solve? Because the problem is where you get the specificity. I'm something I'm toying with a lot. If you guys wonder what I do all day, it's this. It's just sit here and talk to myself and try to play devil's advocate in my head all day. But I'm pretty sure focusing on a problem is going to breed a lot more specificity, a lot cleaner than on a niche for us, for the most part. It's like right now, like if you have a YouTuber who is trying to launch an info product, or he launched an info product but he's not getting any sales, or you have a guy who sells high ticket but his YouTube videos, so he makes a YouTube video that's supposed to be viral and broad, and he gets views, but no one books calls. Then he makes a value-based video, gives away a lot of stuff, but still no one books a call. And he can't consistently book calls using inbound. He knows YouTube is powerful. Like, you see how it's a very specific problem. It's still in a niche, but like focus on the problem. And so from this niche, that's kind of where you get the problem is through latent conditions. So like if you really want to work with Instagram coaches or Maybe it's like people doing webinars. I don't know. You guys can do anything. And then figure out latent conditions. From those latent conditions, you then craft the offer, which is like the king stimuli. Your offer is how you package all this up. It's the main asymmetrical point of acquisition is your offer, using assembly from the foundations. Then you make stimuli based on the offer. And the whole time you're using Exchange Catalyst to just rev the frick out of this. Like this is how you make this stuff actually powerful, is implementing everything we just talked about. So I'm gonna show you guys tactically how we did this for Matthew. And this, by the way, will all be in like Javi Outreach 2.0 version of this. So don't worry, it'll be really fleshed out and it'll be like step by step. Here's exactly what you do. Here's how you iterate, all this good stuff. And then it's just system of deployment, which I'm just gonna give you guys. So how do you actually deploy this stuff to go get clients? All right, so this is what Matthew sent me. I said, Matthew, I want to see like, you're booking calls, you're in KPI, but like I guarantee you're probably screwing something up. So let me send me your outreach. And so this is what he sent. So what's up, Rome? Oh wait, that's a huge one, dude. A huge one. I forgot. Personalization. It's confidence. Maybe not even confidence. Maybe just reciprocity. I don't know. What's up, Rome? I wrote you a few long form YouTube scripts for your YouTube channel to get some extra practice on my persuasion skills. And no, this isn't an automated message. I actually wrote it. I made it with the goal of nurturing your leads, ultimately increasing the close rate of your high ticket offer, while also saving you a ton of time when it comes to creating content. Now go over a quick video because Gmail sadly doesn't like links in cold emails. Okay, so not terrible, but let's look at kind of the what do we have here? This is what you guys need to do, by the way. Like if I was gonna just send, I'm actually gonna start sending these out for copywriters just to continue testing the system. So I'm gonna be doing this as well. But get ready to be put on blast. No, I put Matthew on blast 101. He got the full. I was yelling at him. We're gonna be nice today. I'm gonna let you guys put him on blast. So what do you see in here? What things did he use? And honestly, he just kind of just followed what we gave, which is not a problem. But the loom is really what we're gonna focus on too. We're doing some active learning. What do we see in here? What are some principles of pain, principles of confidence? So big one, pretty much the only real big one in here is reciprocity. Yep, not a lot of pain. Personalization, reciprocity. Really, reciprocity. Try to do specificity, but really just miss the mark. Like it, yeah, no, not a specific problem, no authority, no social proof. Um, I would say that the embedded loom is a pretty nice touch. That's kind of like excellence compared to most outreaches. This is huge. This is a big mess up. YouTube scripts for Rome, like that's not. It's not a benefit. It's not the problem. Like the guy, his problem is not just YouTube scripts. Like there's, yeah, this is why we said made for you or made for whatever in our template because it's just curiosity. But this, like, if he doesn't need YouTube scripts or he has any reservation about YouTube scripts, he's never opening this. This is big mistake. Yeah, drop some fire for you. Anything like that would be better than this because this is like trying to hit a tin can like from 100 yards out with a BB gun. It's just maybe, maybe, but it's gonna be a lot better to just made an extra YouTube vids. But not even that, Kenny. It's like if YouTube vids isn't his problem, like we're not solving YouTube vids. We're making him money. We're getting him clients. We're doing something like that. YouTube vids is not it. So that's a kind of an L there. All right, so as we can see, there's so much room here for a lot of improvement. And I'm not saying you don't have to include this in just your YouTube, I mean, just your email thing. Because the whole goal of your email is just to get them to click the loom. The loom is really where you do all of this heavy lifting. We just want to use all we can to get this here. So what I did was I sat down with Matthew and I just absolutely grilled him. I was like, dude, this sucks. I was like, have you not been watching the Have you not been thinking? And he was sad. But no, we're gonna make it more step by step for you, Matthew. Don't worry. But we sat down and I was like, okay, once again, looking at this, he had his niche. Oh, where'd Miro go? So we sat down. I was like, all right, Matthew, you got some niche. YouTubers doing some high ticket. Now, where's latent conditions? You clearly haven't done a whole lot because I don't see any of it in here. Right? Nothing. And so I said, well, lucky for you, you're talking to a YouTuber who sells high tickets. Let me just rattle off some late conditions of my own self and we'll just take a look at it. What do they want? Well, they struggle to get consistent inbound calls. They usually have a neglected email list. They would like to book calls off of that. Low converting inbound systems. They're not just converting as much. They know how powerful inbound is, but it's not really working. They don't have a solid content strategy. They don't know what to upload. They don't know how to structure videos. Email list question mark. What do you even do with it? Like they have one, but they don't know how to sell on YouTube. They know how to sell from ads and other stuff, but YouTube is a different game. It's so different. Um, Pains like they upload a banger video where you don't sell, but then you get 0 calls booked. Sucks. This has happened to me before. You upload a video full of value, but it gets no views. Once again, sucks. Upload a video that does book a few calls, but it doesn't get views, so like it doesn't convert as much. You upload a video where you're selling, and then all it does is make people mad in the comments. And you still don't book that many calls. There's so much pain. You don't know how to leverage YouTube to create consistent book calls. This is like probably the money maker right there. And no clear content strategy. That's big as well. And you just gotta like sit down and really think through this stuff, guys. That's you really think through it. Because then you think, all right, if I'm this person, like what does my day-to-day look like? What do I struggle with? What are my problems? And you can start to see just by going through this right here, you start to kind of see how you would think. With ChatGPT, probably not, man. Probably not. Like I can tell you, I've never used ChatGPT for anything in my life besides like some programming. Just because I'm old school, and I think it really comes from looking at these people and just drawing out their fun. This is exactly what I did. I drew out their funnels, and I thought, okay, if this was my business, what would I do? What would I do? That was how I did it. Just sit down and think. But I'm gonna be straight up, like you can't do it for 15 minutes. Like this is a long, it just takes a while. But and this is where the money's at though. Like this is why people don't make a lot of money, is because this is where it's at. And this sucks. And there's no one to really tell you exactly what to do. I mean, yeah, you really just like join free groups on Facebook, make friends with somebody. The best thing you can do is just find someone. Like I would pay, dude. I used to pay to like try to hop on calls. I would do anything I could to talk with someone who I'm trying to help. Yeah, that's a good one I used to do too, Zane. Is I would just like look at people in that space, see what they were doing, draw out their funnels, compare it to like the people who I want to work with or my clients' funnels. Just go through. I mean, latent conditions was my. I mean, that's probably my favorite module of all time to date because I really think this is where the money is. And this was my 2 hour long attempt at really helping you guys try to figure this stuff out. But um, good Lord, this was painful. The 4 main ways are sales calls and discovery calls. The issue is that it's hard to get sales calls without knowing latent conditions. So it's one of those things where it's kind of like chicken or the egg. Um, but so if you don't have those yet, you just go off personal experience. That's a great one. Like work in some sort of niche where you have some kind of experience. Maybe if you work out, do something with fitness people or something like that, you know? Just don't go to gardening niche. I tried to help this guy with the gardening sales page. I still think I did a pretty decent job. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm kind of, you know, toot my own horn. But I had no clue what I was talking about. Like I just didn't understand at all because it was gardening and I'd never gardened anything in my life, bro. Smoked tobacco. It's as close as I ever get to gardening. Is smoking the leaves. I had no clue, bro. And the next thing is search-based market research. So basically, you can use ChatGPT to get a base. I've done it in the past, but I still recommend like Just following this, bro. Like ChatGPT, YouTube videos, Reddit forums. Reddit forums is a kind of fire one. J- Reddit people are weird. They're weird as hell, bro. So sometimes you get some stuff that you just need to ignore, but you can get a decent idea of kind of what people are talking about. Yeah, that's really it. But the number one thing you can do here is this one. This is what's made me all my money is critical thinking. If you guys want to know how to make money, it's literally sitting outside with a notepad. I would say anything, bro. Just you kind of just gotta get scrappy. There's no plug and play way to find lane conditions. Like you just gotta get after it and think a lot. But as soon like all it's exponential though. It's exponential. So your understanding in a niche goes exponential the more you stay with them. And this is where you just have a massive edge. Massive edge. And so like when you do get on sale, like when you do find a little bit of latent conditions, enough to start getting sales calls, bro, that first sales call, don't even worry about money. Just try to dig up as many latent conditions as possible because that's going to make you way more money than that guy is ever going to pay you. I promise. If you just ask him everything you can about his problem, ask him like what his shoe size is, ask him what his wife drinks in the morning, like everything, that's going to make you big bucks. If I'd have known that, bro, I'd have skipped a lot of pain because it just nobody talks about it, man. Yeah. So, just by going through these a few latent conditions, you can see why Matthew's outreach is not hitting. Because in here, where do you see anything about like YouTube scripts specifically in here? It's like none. And even if it was YouTube scripts, the problem is not the scripts. The problem is that not converting. No one cares about the script. They care about is am I getting inbound leads from YouTube? And so we sat down and we were like, all right, let's redo this thing. Because I was like, Matthew, where's your offer? And he's like, oh, I don't know. And we sat down, I was like, all right, we'll do a new one. So result outcome, consistent inbound calls, consistent inbound leads, proven inbound content strategy. Time frame, 60, 90 days. 90 days is probably better. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude, I'm bad with accents. Method, system or funnel. That's kind of the main ones is content system or an inbound funnel, something like that. Secret, how do you make this only? How do you make this different? A proven inbound acquisition system, proven inbound funnel. You can use mechanisms like I did. This is big to use in your looms and stuff. Authenticity based content. That's one I just pulled out of my butt while we were making this. I don't know. It sounds cool, right? Authenticity based content. Made me think, dude, that's actually a huge one, actually. That's massive. Probably one of the biggest. Making a whole video on this on the Raw channel this week. Um, do you guys see how this is completely different from Matthew's outreach? But do y'all see that? Like it's not even like it's just completely different. And you see all these words here just make you want to click if you were me, if you were this kind of person. Like this makes me want to take action. Like I can feel the catalyst bubbling up. Risk reversal. Yeah, he didn't sell a transformation. He was just selling, he was committing massive sin. Matthew, my boy. He was just going straight for slinging YouTube scripts. But you know how many like Indian people send me that exact email per day, bro? It's actually insane. It's just not going to work. Selling the service, not the solution. Exactly. Also polarizing, non-needy, only for YouTubers selling high ticket, doing 10K plus a month. I'm gonna tell you guys, I see a lot of people who do like for beginners and experienced people. You're never gonna get an experienced person saying that ever. Like if I see an offer that says anything less than 20K a month, I'm not doing it. Why? Because I don't want to be in a group with newbies. And I don't want a program tailored to newbies. If someone says specifically for, YouTube creators doing 50K a month, I'm very intrigued. I'm very intrigued because anybody being that specific and having that high of a bar, I know they mean business. I can tell you when me and Luca went to Charlie Morgan's thing, bro, some of those people had not even watched his course. Like it was a waste of time for like a good bit of those questions. And I was just like, oh my gosh, it was tough. And yeah, bro, Luca also, by the way, Luca is a savage. So Charlie Morgan, we're at this pub after the event. He walks up to Luca. He's like, hey, mate, how do you enjoy the mastermind, whatever? And Luca's like, oh, it's good. But, and Charlie asked him, like, how can we improve it? And Luca just immediately just hits straight at him. He's like, dude, make the people go through the course. Like, just slaps his face. I was like, bro, I was in the bathroom. I didn't even hear it, but Luca, man, absolute G. He's like, half these people hadn't even gone through the course. All the questions sucked. Yeah, Luca literally told him like people asking questions were dumb. I was like, jeez, my man. Yeah. Anyways, he did agree. Yeah. Pause. Pause. Also, this right here is inside of assembly. If you're not going through assembly, then shooting yourself in the foot. So then what we did is based off of the latent conditions, we made these offer stuff. Based off the offer stuff, we started working on like his messaging. So coming up with the long form messaging, the medium form. So here we have book 25 to 50 appointments per month using this proven YouTube organic funnel. Do you see how this one sentence is better than Matthew's entire email? Just because it's like the tip of the iceberg. You're only seeing the top of it, but all these late conditions and all these problems are below it. So yeah, we're really cooking Matthew today. But then we talked about process. I was like, what are you actually going to say? Like, what are you going to say in your loom to get this guy to have pain and confidence? Don't forget what we're doing here, right? Pain and confidence. So we talked about process. Number one, optimize conversion. So we're going to set up a proven inbound funnel with social proof, simple, new age, frictionless funnel, simple, low pressure VSL that is tailored for inbound traffic. Whoa, okay, now we're talking. YouTube scripts. Now here is where the free value comes in. The free value is important, but notice how it is at the very end here. This is where it comes in. You use the free value to enhance all the reciprocity, to prove you know what you're talking about. Like this is like the cherry on top. When you pull up the YouTube script that you've made that is tailored for inbound traffic, and then you talk about how these scripts are designed to add value and unconsciously sell them on booking a call. You talk about the problem and pain. You make a video, no one sees it. You make a value video, but no one books. You make a sales video, and then people just get mad. You make a video that gets views, but only from goobers who aren't in your niche. You see how this is really starting to hurt anybody with the YouTube funnel. Then you just use whatever you have. And guys, if you don't have case study tests, I told Matthew to literally tell, like, I've helped KJ Rainey grow his coaching offer to over 60K a month using inbound tactics. Like Matthew has helped me do it. He was the initial student who suffered through the unbearable awful phases of Copy Elite V1, 2, and 3. And without him sucking and me realizing how bad that I suck teaching him, I wouldn't have got this far. He does my emails, by the way. If you guys like my emails, it's Matthew. So like he has all this social proof. You guys have to leverage anything you have. Like if your mom used to know somebody in the CIA who knew this person, talk about it. Any social proof you have, you just need to throw it in there. And if you don't have any, you can do exactly what I did. Bro, I landed a 2 million subscriber YouTuber doing his thumbnails in 2022 by showing him this. I just showed him this crap. I was like, yeah, man, I really love thumbnails. I've been doing thumbnails and like taking notes on all the thumbnails and why they work and doing all the intros for like 200 videos. The dude was like, what? I was like, yeah. And then he's like, and then as soon as I got home, and I was not an indie, bro. I didn't say anything about it. I got home, and I looked at my phone, and he's like, hey man, I really appreciated our talk today. Just want to let you know, if you're interested in doing this, I'd love for you to come try out, do my thumbnails, try to optimize them. Boom. So if you don't have social proof, what did I say earlier? This is a big one. Um, Pain investment, big. That's all. I literally landed that client just straight off of pain investment. I told him that I had no clue what I was doing. I told him that I didn't have any. I never created thumbnails for anybody. It was my first ever. I didn't know anything, bro. I didn't have any social proof, nothing. He just saw it like, frick me. This guy is built different, and he just did all this for no reason. I bet he can make me some thumbnails. And so on the Loom, right? We should, and so this is another thing. Like all these little latent conditions give us this cool stuff. It's like formatted. These videos are formatted to get the most of the right people. So this is showing experience. Oh man, I'm not just trying to get you views, bro. Views don't matter. You know that. You know views don't matter. What matters is getting leads, booked calls. So we optimize your videos to get the most, but of the right people. So you might get 1,000 views, but what if you booked 100 calls? Would you be happy? They're like, heck yeah. Boom. So like on the Loom, you show the YouTube script. It's like the Trojan horse. It's the tangible thing. Like, hi, I'm Matthew, and I work with blank. I work with coaches doing over 10K a month to help them do this. show the offer immediately. So just talk about the offer in progress. Like go to a different word, be like, hey, this is my offer. This is the process that we do. We optimize conversion with YouTube scripts. Then that is where you show them the YouTube script. And you show it how it's different from everybody. It has to be different. Yeah. And so, Matthew, do you have I know you're working on something. Did you have something like a new version of it laid out already? Still working on it. That's all good. Yeah, Kieran remembers the Slack, bro. Those are dark days. We made through. We got through it. Yeah, so that we talked about niche, lighting conditions. From there, you build the offer. From there, you come up with stimuli inside of the loom. Boom. We're gonna give you guys this Hive Average 2.0. It's in the works. Let me show you guys a little something special since we're about to go overtime.